14대 6으로 꺾었고 필리핀 선수를 8강에서 꺾었어요.
그렇습니다. 똑같이 14대 6으로
네.
네, 아주 쉽게 경기를 승리로 거뒀습니다.
그렇습니다.
이진영 선수는 강화고등학교를 나오고 현재 한국 체대 졸업하고 현재는 상무에서 지금 군복무를 하고 있어요.
네.
네. 자, 이용수 감독이 상무에 지도를 하고 있죠.
예. 자, 이제 벤턴급 경기입니다.
네. 자, 스타트를 신종훈 선수가 잘 끊어줬기 때문에
네.
자, 글쎄요. 느낌은 상당히 좋습니다.
대한민국의 이진영과 몽고의 오콘달라이.
네, 이진영 선수가 사우스포고요.
1라운드 첫 코너가 이진영 선수입니다. 원투. 맞받아치는 이진영. 초반부터 상대에 대한 견제.
So Otgo from Mongolia and Lee from Korea. And there's a little cute right hand that scores. And here comes Otgo out of the red corner. He's the aggressor now, boxing in the orthodox stance. Versus Lee, who's boxing in the southpaw stance. And boxing comes to a halt here after a minute through the first round. And Otgo comes forward with a left and a right to the body, and as he's pushed down by Lee, Otgo hits the canvas. Referee gonna caution him to wipe his gloves, which he does, and now the boxers start to look for that opportunity, and down goes Lee to a knee as the referee is gonna tell him to keep his head up and again wipe his gloves. And Otgo, it's a nice looking stance. His legs are wide compared to Lee's, which are a little close together and may result in less than ideal balance in the squared circle. And the referee is going to caution the boxers to separate. Lee will acknowledge the referee's caution, and here comes Otgo again on the offensive. Throws a left, right hand, both go short, and a chopping right hand by Lee. That gets the crowd's attention. A lunging right, left by Lee, both fall short. Otgo got a pretty good defense. He knows how to keep his distance as a sneaky left hand by Lee scores to the head of Otgo. Go down again. The referee going to caution Otgo to keep his head up. It's been a theme throughout this afternoon's boxing so far. The boxers come through. It's just part of the amateur style as they come through with their head down, and they need to learn to keep their heads up and to keep their eyes trained on their opponent at all times. Otgo has been the steady aggressor through much of this bout. At least through much of this round. He's 2 minutes in so far, and now Lee, with his back against the ropes, comes fighting back of his own, and left, right, a straight right hand by Otgo. It looks good, but didn't really do enough to score. He's going to need to figure out a way to come with angles and to get through that guard and to penetrate the defense of Jin Young Lee. 20 seconds left in round number 1, and here comes Lee with a left hand of his own for a short as Otgo adjusts his own headgear. A nice cute right uppercut by Lee, followed by an overhand left, and Otgo continues to press forward. Chopping right hand by Lee to end round 1, so there it is, folks. And we're gonna look to see how the judges, or rather the referees, the judges would have scored that. The referee standing by as he sees it's a 5-5 round number 1. So round number 1 is in the books here in the men's bantamweight division. And we are now going to see some replay from last round. And a right hand by Lee to the head of Otgo. And a wild right hand by Otgo also. Full short. And we're now getting ready. Jin Young Lee started boxing at 16. He said he loves the winning feeling afterwards. He loves the way it feels when he wins. Well, he's going to get an opportunity to feel that right now if he continues to move forward, and the referee going to send Otgo back to his corner to have the sweat or the Vaseline, whatever material or whatever it was that the referee saw on his headgear. He didn't like it. He felt there was too much, and they actually removed it, stopped the action, and now we continue here. And now Lee bobbing and weaving in the corner, looking for an opportunity. You know, Lee hasn't really thrown many punches. He seems to be relying on his defensive skills and perhaps a little counter punching. But Otgo has certainly been the aggressor. He's shown the ring generalship as he continues to push Lee back. Lee says his greatest weakness in the ring is his stomach, but that his greatest strength is his 1-2 combinations, yet we haven't seen that quite yet. Sometimes the boxers start a little slow. We're just at the beginning here, round 2, as now Lee, we see, needs to get his headgear adjusted. So there's been a little bit of a wardrobe theme throughout the event so far. And both boxers lunge at each other in round number 2 here. Is a lot of nerves. You could see both of these boxers understand what's at stake. It is the eve of the 2012 Olympics in London. All of these boxers would love to get there. They'd love to represent their countries and go to London next summer for the 2012 Olympics. Will they get the chance? Every opportunity to hone their skills and their craft. There's another opportunity to get closer to that goal. And now you see a headlock by Otgo. Is the referee surely going to caution Lee for keeping his head down? That's happened a lot here so far. Lee says his inspiration is his coach and his favorite boxer, Mike Tyson. Common answer for many of these youngsters, Iron Mike Tyson from Brooklyn, New York. Section, as is yours truly, Castle Chalice here, doing the commentary from ringside. We are halfway through the second round. We've got Jin Young Lee from Korea and Otgondalai DORJNYAMBUU from Mongolia. And here comes Otgo. Now the boxers again tie up, and it will be really nice to see either one of these boxers take it upon themselves, as is often the case when the coaching staff is not telling them otherwise, and we don't know what the coaches have told these boxers in between rounds 1 and 2. However, if we could see either one of them start to use their jab more effectively, use it as an opportunity to get in range and throw some other sort of punch with a different angle for some combinations for the head and the body, and actually bring up some points convincingly in the judge's eyes. 30 seconds left in round 2, and here comes Otgo, and he throws a right hand, and it's a sloppy, choppy right hand, but may have been effective enough to get the judge's attention. And there's a lunging left by Otgo as Lee backpedals his way out of harm's way, and Otgo looking for that opportunity. A lot of pomp and circumstance, but not a lot of punching. Landing cleanly here. There's a wild right hand by Lee, and the referee is going to signal the end of round number 2 here in Incheon, Korea, for the Asian Boxing Federation Championships. You could see that one went to Otgo 4-2. That gives us a fairly close bout here as we go into the third round. 9-7 Mongolia. We could look at the action from the last round as Lee throws a left to the body, followed by a left to the head by Otgo, and a right hand followed by a left. There's that 1-2 combination. We spoke of that earlier. Jin Young Lee said that's his favorite punch, or combination punching, is the 1-2 combo. Well, you saw it there as his coach, Hong Song Lee, right there, the coach of Jin Young Lee, Hong So Lee. And he tells his boxer that this is the third and final round. The Korean down by 2. This is his opportunity. He's going to need 2 just to tie it, and then he's going to need 3 to get away with the victory here. Does he have enough in his tank? Jin-Young Lee. We're about to find out. It's a little messy in there as both boxers wrestle their way to the ground. Or at least down goes Lee, and the referee going to caution him to get his hands up. Lunging left by Lee and a wild right hand. And here comes Lee, just looking for a location, a home for that left hand. He's down by 2. He said he really needs to show improve here in the 3rd round. Who will go on to face the winner of the next men's bantamweight bout between Chinese Taipei and Tajikistan? Well, who wants it more? That's what we're going to find out. We are 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this 3rd round of the first men's bantamweight semifinal qualifier at the 2011 Asian Confederation Championships here in Incheon, Korea. Protect yourself at all times is the key for the sport of boxing. Never is it more important than when the referee starts to get in the way, because I'll tell you, sometimes it's on the break or on the clinch where a boxer looks for an opportunity to sneak one in there, and now the referee going to issue a caution to Lee for turning around. You can never turn your back to your opponent, not in this sport. Toe to toe. And now you see Otto really start to let his hands go, and down goes Lee again. Not from a punch, but from a slip. And boxing is right there in the center of the ring. That's where it ought to be. That's where Otto wants it. Does Lee want it there? Is he willing to engage? Is he willing to go through the dark part of his psyche, the part with the fear, the part he needs to conquer to continue to move forward and come away with the victory? And after a little tussle, down goes Lee once again. And Otto from Mongolia is game. He knows he went up by 2 points going into this round. He has a lead to protect. Oftentimes in the amateur ranks, when the point system is so clear as it is, you see a boxer who's in the lead try and stay away from his opponent and just try and skate his way to a victory. That isn't the case here, not with Otgondalai DORJNYAMBUU. He knows that he wants the taste of victory bad. He wants to get to the Olympics if he can, and he needs to get through this boxer right here, Jin-Young Lee. There's a big right hand by Otto, scores to the face of Lee, and you hear it from the crowd. And now here comes Lee. He's not going to go down without a fight. He will fall on his sword if he has to. Lunges forward. The crowd really starting to get into the boxing this afternoon. And the boxers do a dance. They say boxing is like ballet, except for the fact that the dancers are hitting each other. And there's a left hand to the head, and a right hand by the Mongolian, and down goes the Korean. Again off a slip. Clock stops. There's 5 seconds left. The referee going to caution the Mongolian. And now boxing resumes with just 2 seconds left. So this one will go to the scorecards, folks. Mongolia and Korea. Who's going to get the victory? See the Mongolian boxer in his corner talking to his coach. His coach looks pretty content. He probably believes his man did enough to get the victory. Hong-Soo Lee of Team Korea in the corner. And as Jin-Young Lee gets his gloves removed and his face wiped down, we are going to go to the center of the ring so the referee